Before we go into our first complete journal review, I want to show you the second most important feature in the beginning, especially for new and struggling traders. And this is what we call the trade management graph. You will find it in your chart lab at the very bottom. And you see three lines here. So let's break it down line by line. Blue is your actual performance in terms of R multiple, risk multiple. So this is how much money you actually made over all of your trades in Edgewonk. And here in this olive green, this is what we call potential performance. How much money could you have potentially made? And this is based on a set and forget approach. And this means you enter your trade, you set your stop loss, you set your target, and then you don't touch your trade again. So this graph shows you what would have happened with your performance if you would never have managed a single trade and you just let it run until either the stop loss or the take profit would have been hit. And what this means that here in the beginning you see the potential performance is above the actual performance. So potentially the trader could have made more money if he would not have touched his trades and would have not managed his trades. This means that by actively managing the trades, and this typically means exiting winning trades too early or letting losses run too long, the trader is losing quite a lot of edge and quite a lot of performance. This is something that you will often see in newer traders or struggling traders. And we have identified that exiting winning trades ahead of your actual take profit can really make a big difference in your trading performance. So once you see that potentially you could have made more money, a lot of traders report that they can start trading with more confidence in their trades and in their system. They don't feel the urge to micromanage their trade as much as they used to because they see in the actual data that by not managing the trades and just trusting the system and trusting the trade, they will end up better and they will end up making more money. The difference between the two graphs is here. In this case, it's called R gained by managing because it ends above the zero line. If this ends below the zero line, I will show you this in a moment, this will be called R lost by management. So this brighter green line is just the difference between it. It shows you how much R you are actually losing by mismanaging a trade. So here at the worst point, you can see when we hover over this graph, R gained by management is minus 60. So the trader has lost minus 60 R by manually interfering with their trades. If you risk, for example, 1% per trade, that would have been a loss of minus 60% that you could have made more. If you risk 2% per trade, the trader could have made 120% extra in his trading performance. Of course, it's not always that drastic, but looking at the difference between actual and potential performance can often really be a big confidence boost when you see what you should actually be doing. So when we look at just a subset of trades in this journal, you can see that this line is now red. And as I said, this is now called R lost by managing because this ends below the zero line. The message is still the same. Potentially the trader could have made more money here for this subset of trades because the olive green potential performance line is above the actual performance line. Every time you see a dip in this red line, which is called R lost or R gained by managing, this means that you have mismanaged the trade. So it can really pay off to actually click on the data point that is behind a dip because it brings up the trade and then you can start exploring the trade and see what was going on here. And by the way, to activate this feature, all you need to do, as I've shown you in the beginning, is go to advanced trade data and tick here either take profit or stop loss. Once you have done that, this will activate the trade management graph for you. So it's just one little input, but you are gaining a lot of additional insights in your trading. And this feature is invaluable for new and struggling traders.